You're hanging out with the crew of Dimino 305, and we're in the beautiful, small but mighty City of Medley with the new Chief of Police, Luis Ponce. Sir, it is an honor and a pleasure.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. We started this leadership series, and we've had a lot of cool chiefs and mayors, and it is just a pleasure to be here with you today. You have to let us know, where does your Miami story begin?
So I was born and raised here in Miami for the most part. Born in Mercy Hospital in 1988.
Okay.
Right?
88, that's a good year. I'm 88 too, yeah.
It is a good year. I lived here till I was 7, kind of jumping around from school to school. My family moved around throughout Miami-Dade. Then I moved to Puerto Rico. My family is originally Cuban, lived in Puerto Rico for 7 years. Came back over here and I ended up graduating. I went to Columbus for a short period of time and I ended up graduating from Coral Park.
Wow.
Here in Miami. Yep.
Do you consider yourself more Cuban, Puerto Rican? Do you ever get that question?
More Cuban, but
really?
Puerto Rico has a very special place in my heart. Yeah. My upbringing was there, you know, playing on the streets, playing baseball, playing basketball. So my youth essentially was in Puerto Rico, and I'm kind of glad I spent time over there. There was a completely different type of upbringing. It was very healthy.
Who has better rice and beans, Cubans or Puerto Ricans?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Depends on the day of the week. I'll tell you what. You know, the Cubans, the white rice and the black beans are irreplaceable for me. Pero arroz con gandula from Puerto Rico, man, they're both very good. They're both very good. Neck and neck.
Now, what made your family move around so much?
So my mom and my dad are originally from Cuba. They came down here. They ended up going their separate ways, and you know, we're kind of just moving around Miami-Dade. I lived with my grandparents for a bit here in Hialeah, not too far from here. And you know, my mom ended up moving down to Kendall. I ended up moving down with her, and so just going from school to school, man. You know.
Yeah. So what was Luis like in high school? Sports, baseball, basketball?
Oh my God, I was all over the place. I've always been an athlete. You know, I've always liked to play sports. Played baseball my whole life. Growing up, lifting weights. I worked at a nutrition store in high school.
Okay.
Initially, you know, once I was in high school, I wanted to be a firefighter at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, law enforcement was always in my heart. My family steered me somewhat in the firefighter direction. They saying that law enforcement was obviously very dangerous. So my goal initially getting out of high school was to become a firefighter.
Wow.
So I ended up going to EMT school. I ended up going to fire school. But at the time, there was absolutely nobody hiring down here.
Wow.
Yeah. So my dad at the time, he tells me, Luis, he goes, your passion truly has always been law enforcement. Why don't you pursue it? So I ended up applying to Miami-Dade Police Department at the time. They ended up going to a freeze. This is back in 2008. I ended up moving to St. Augustine to live with my mom up there.
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Okay.
St. John's County.
That's quite the change, right?
It's quite the change, and I needed it at the time. But let me tell you one that I found to be a truly amazing chapter of my life. You know, going from Miami and the craziness and going out and, you know, the fast pace that, you know, Miami is like, and going back to kind of like a homegrown town. You know, I was able to create very good relationships and very good friendships. And that's where I went to the police academy. So I went to St. John's River Community College up north. I ended up graduating in 2009 from the police academy. So I came back down, applied to 1 million police departments at the time. Nobody was hiring. The economy was doing horrible. And I ended up here in the beautiful but mighty town of Medley.
Now, the day that we came here, right, for your ceremony, I didn't know what to expect, and I've been here a million times. It was packed. Chiefs from Doral, Ed from Coral Gables came out. Sweetwater was here.
Total 16 Chiefs.
16. Miami Springs, Homestead. I mean, I saw everybody out here that night. And I think it goes to the type of person that you are, and everyone here was here to support you and happy for you. How did it feel seeing all those people in that room here for you and your family?
It was a heartfelt moment, right? So I think it was a show of culmination of years of just, you know, dealing with interagency, you know, operations, networking, speaking to people throughout the years, building these relationships throughout the years. And honestly, it was very heartfelt to see such a big turnout for my promotional ceremony. My family was super happy as well, right? Because they see such a large amount of support From our officers here, from officers from all over Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and all the chiefs that came by. So it was a huge turnout. To me, I was surprised to see so many people here supporting me. It just goes to show that, I have a lot of support throughout Miami-Dade County, and honestly, everybody came out to show out that day, and I'm eternally grateful.
I want to ask you a little bit about perseverance and resilience.
Sure.
I think as young people, we have our own dreams, our own things that we want to accomplish. And sometimes life is like, that's not going to happen right now. How do you dig in and push forward? So
I think it comes down to my ancestors, right? So my grandparents, my mom, my dad, they're all immigrants. They came from Cuba. And all I saw growing up was everybody just working hard 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, just in that grind, right?
Yeah.
And I think me seeing that growing up has kind of put me in a position that's just the normal, right? To always be at 100 miles per hour, just doing everything in your power to continue to move forward. Always seeing the glass half full rather than half empty. And life itself, right? I've come to the understanding that everything in life happens for a reason, right? So it's not setbacks, right? It's just barriers in life that are going to teach you, right, for what's to come. So all these experiences that I've gone through have set me up to where I am today, and I'm thankful for that.
So now you are in the position.
I am.
Right. What does the future look like? What are your goals? How do you want to implement?
So our organization now, we're in the process of changing our shift times. By doing so, it's going to give me the ability to create specialized units, right? So Medley historically has been pretty much some traffic units here and there, part-time. And being that we're a small agency, everybody wears a million hats. We're in the process now of bringing a few canines. We're going to have a full-blown, full-time traffic unit. We're going to have a full-blown community policing unit that's full-time. We put more detectives into the detective bureau. Our training staff is now going to be in a more organized fashion. We have pretty much members of our organization in which see every facet of training, and then we have a training coordinator in which oversees each one of these facets of training. The members of our community, our commuters, business owners are going to get better police service. We're also in the process of leveraging more technologies, right? The future of policing is in technology, right? So real-time crime centers, right? Implementing more analytic cameras throughout the city, more license plate readers throughout the city. So it assists our investigators to solve crimes. And it gives our dispatchers and our officers real live information when they're responding to calls, right? So my goal here is to implement more analytic cameras throughout the city, LPRs, create these partnerships with the businesses where the cameras from these businesses will be attached to our real-time crime center. So when our officers are responding to a call, our dispatchers would be able to see essentially these cameras live or cameras that are close to this area live. That's kind of where we're at. In regards to community policing, we're expanding, like I mentioned, the culture here has always been community-based, right? We're all involved in the community, We created a program now, Doing the Right Thing, with the after-school care kids, which is mainly like a small community of kids that we have here. We know these kids on a first-name basis. We built relationships with the principals from the schools that they attend, with the SROs that go to their schools. So if we have any issues with any of these kids, we can contact these SROs, contact the principals directly. What I want is customer service, right? So because we have an elderly community, we're passing out flyers, letting them know about all the crime trends, frauds, stuff like that that's going on. But they're also following up on the calls for service that they've gotten. José, ¿cómo tú estás? Oye, me enteré que algo pasó por ahí por tu casa. ¿Te puedo ayudar en algo? Right? And again, I'm speaking in Spanish because we mainly have like a Spanish community here. Sí, mijito, mira, pasó esto y esto y esto. And then, we provide services, or we put them with our social services, and ensure that they are getting the service that they need
I love that it's very relationship based, right? You're fortifying relationships that you've already created, and you're introducing different methods that is going to make this even smoother, more efficient, and more effective.
I'm the chief of police, but the truth is that we're all running this organization, and us together with the community, working together with them, we can all find a better solution. And working together, building these relationships, it's the way that we're going to be able to solve these issues. Working together.
Well, Chief Ponce, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you, brother. Can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Thank you very much. Count on us. Anything you need.
Thank you.